Hey everyone, my name is Kajal and today's video is about installing VBots ROS2 package so you can use VBots and ROS2 together on Ubuntu. In the previous video, I went through the steps to install ROS2. I'll add the link to that video in the description and in the card on the top right corner. In today's video, we will go over how to install VBots ROS2 package and run an example. I'll also go over some errors that you might encounter and how to solve them. I've included all of the timings in the description below. So without further ado, let's get into it. As mentioned in the introduction, you first need ROS2 and you also need to make sure that you have sourced the ROS2 environment variables. To check this, you can use the print environment command. Let me explain this command further. Print environment will print all the environment variables in your terminal. The vertical bar represents pipe to take everything from the print environment and pipe it into the next command, which is grep. Grep is global search for regular expression. -I represents a flag for grep that tells it to ignore case sensitivity. And lastly, we use the word ROS, which is what we are searching for. If you don't see ROS on your terminal, you either don't have ROS installed or you need to set up your environment by sourcing the setup file. I've included the command on the screen. Also look at the variable ROS distro. This will tell you which version or distribution of ROS2 you currently have installed. Now with your environment set up, let's install the VBots ROS2 package using apt-get. The command is apt-get install ROS Foxy VBots ROS2. You can also use the ROS distro reference as it is defined in the environment variable. The next thing we need is VBots. Now you can install it directly. However, it is better to let VBots ROS2 package do it for you. I'll show you how to do this next. Note, if you already have VBots installed, you will need to make sure you have the correct version. All of this will make sense in just a few minutes. So let's run the VBots ROS2 package with an example. I'm going to use epoch example here. You can copy the command or type it in. Remember, Ctrl+C for copy and Ctrl+Shift+V for pasting it on a terminal. I'm also using the keyboard shortcut Shift and Tab to switch between the applications. As you can see on the screen, it will prompt you to install VBots. Make special note of the version. It will point you to the latest version of VBots that is supported with ROS2. At the time of this video, VBots does have another version, R2021A. However, that doesn't support ROS2. This is why it's pointing me to R2020B right now. This also brings the point if you currently have VBots installed. If you know which version of VBots you have and it supports ROS2, you can click on specify path and give the path to your VBots installation. To find out where VBots is installed on your computer, use the command print environment pipe grep -I VBots. If your current version is not supported, simply click on automatic to install the VBots version that supports ROS2. Now this will mean you have two VBots version and later you will have to uninstall one of them. We will go over that in just a few minutes. I currently do not have VBots installed, so I'm going to click on automatic. And as you can see on the screen, it's installing VBots R2020B revision 1. Also note, this version of VBots is installed in the .ros folder. Once VBots is installed, it's loading up our example. In this example, we have a VBots world with epoch and a few boxed objects. At the top of your screen, go to menu bar and under tools, select scene tree. With this, you can see the scene tree on the left hand side, where you can see all the objects and our robot epoch. Under epoch in controller, you will see external. This indicates that VBots is using an external controller, which in this case is a controller being run by ROS2. You can close the application with cross on top corner or you can use Ctrl+C on the terminal. Let me show you one other example. Next, let's also look into how to run VBots directly. Typically, you would type in VBots in the terminal and it will start VBots. If you installed VBots using the VBots ROS2 package, this will not work. Alternatively, if you have multiple versions of VBots, one of them might open up. However, if you installed VBots using VBots ROS2 package, this method will not work. As I mentioned before, VBots ROS2 package will install VBots in the .ros folder. So let's go there. I'm I'm using command cd, which is change directory. As you can see on the screen, we have a VBots R2020B revision 1 folder, and inside of that we have our VBots. You can run VBots from here using ./VBots. This method is not convenient, so let's add the path to VBots installation. Simply use the export command to add the VBots folder path to your environment variable path. Here we are using $path to get the old value of path and then using colon to add the VBots path. With this, we can simply type VBots and it will open up VBots application. This will work for now, but if you open a new terminal or you log out and log in again, it will not work. To make it work every time, you'll have to add this path permanently to your environment variables. To do this, we will simply put the command in our bash rc file using echo. Now I'm using the keyboard shortcut Control Shift and T to open a new terminal and type VBots to start VBots. Now let's look into some of the errors. As I mentioned before, it is possible you end up with two different versions of VBots. To avoid clashes and errors, let's delete one of them. We'll use the command sudo apt remove VBots to remove it. Additionally, also make sure to go to the folder .config/cyberbotics and remove the file from there as well. Now in general, when you remove packages, it is possible that some files still stay behind. If you get errors, you'll have to search for any of this remaining files and delete them as well. It can be a bit cumbersome and you can always go for a fresh Ubuntu installation as well. One of the errors I got when getting VBots and ROS2 to work together was cannot open a file in temp folder to start VBots server. Based on my best understanding, here's what's happening. There are two different processes. One of them runs VBots and another one runs the VBots controller. And for some reason, one of them is not loading up. In my case, it turns out VBots world was not loading. The underlying reason for that was my GPU drivers were not up to date, which was causing the VBots world to not load and freeze my computer. If I just tried to run VBots, it would work. But trying to run VBots and ROS2 together was not working. Again, to my best understanding, this was because my GPU drivers were causing problems. Now, when I had installed Ubuntu 20, I didn't approve third-party permission, which is why my GPU drivers were not up to date. I did a fresh installation of Ubuntu 20 and this time made sure to select the third-party permissions. With that, my problem was solved. I want to take a moment to give credit to Darko from Cyberbotics who helped me solve this problem. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like it and drop a comment below. This encourages me to continue making videos. Additionally, if you have any questions or doubt, please use the comment section below. This way, it can be helpful to multiple people. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.